Week 7 of the National Football League, where representatives from the AFC and NFC will square off. It's the Broncos and the Saints under the lights on Thursday night.
Well, first opened back in 1975, there's a look inside the iconic Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. So now here are the Broncos to take over on offense, led out by their rookie quarterback, drafted 12th overall, Bo Nix out of Oregon.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. Williams going to get it again on second down. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. Up the middle, it's Williams. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints 41. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints heading out for the first time, and there's Derek Carr at quarterback in his 11th NFL season now and second in black and gold.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now Carr.
And he'll get this one underneath to Kamara.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 24 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Carr going to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown.
Chris Olave
with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Saints put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos.
And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now a give up the middle to Williams. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play.
Off the play fake. Here's Nix.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on.
So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official. Working out of the gun is Nix.
He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
The rookie from Oregon on target with that one. It leads to a 1st down. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively. That's second down. To throw is Nix. Out route complete to Dulcich. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Off the bootleg, here's Nix. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
Back to the air with Nix. This one swung out to Williams.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Operating from the gun, here's Nix.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown.
Tim Patrick,
A 5-yard touchdown.
and the Broncos are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field?
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Inside the 20.
And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
The football going back over to the Denver Broncos. And really, you can't have a better situation than this. First and goal at the 1.
Suddenly, it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Williams looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line.
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Now it's Nix.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. Seven, our score after 1. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2.
as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. They'll try and throw. Here's Nix. He'll get this out to his running back, P-Ryan. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st and goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Saints again ready to go on offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. From the 33, here's 2nd down and 1.
Carr now to throw.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Carr. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
There's a reason inside linebackers are often captains of a defense. They call the signals. They have the opportunity to affect the game in coverage, against the run, and, of course, on blitzes. Living in the best of both worlds here. Already has an interception. Now he gets to record a sack, too.
Here's Carr to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. And give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Now Carr.
Alvin Kamara reeling it in on back-to-back plays.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They've got the lead here as they begin this drive, trying to get that bad taste out of their mouth from the loss last week to the LA Chargers. Nix to the air. They'll set up the screen. It's McLaughlin. He's got room past the 30. Now he's free to midfield.
And down to the 28-yard line. A huge play there on the screen pass. 52 yards.
Where's the contain there? And yes, that's a question, because that was just a simple drop-off. But he hits the Jets, and all of a sudden, the seas part in front of him. A huge result there to flip the field and what was a fairly innocuous play call.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
On play action, here's Nix. Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. A first carry for Samaje Perine. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 3rd down pickup of 5.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Saints offense and the veteran Alvin Kamara getting set for this next possession. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
On play action, now Carr. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it.
Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17.
To throw, it's Carr.
Into the hands of Perry, complete.
And he is going to lose yardage here. This will wind up a loss on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10.
Denver's offense ready to go again. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all. And if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff. And it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
First carry now for Jaleel McLaughlin.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
Throwing Nix.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Now a 2nd and 2. To throw, here's Nix.
Into the hands of Patrick, left side. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Here's Nix. Short throw caught by Dulcich.
And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Here's Nix once more.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Nix from the shotgun. That's into the hands of McLaughlin.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of a yard, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Cortland Sutton in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Broncos would extend their lead here just before halftime.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And the lead is now 13. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And Cortland Sutton able to finish things off with the touchdown reception. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Plenty of great games coming up in the next few days, starting with the last of our 3 London games. Pats and Jags from Wembley, early start, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on the Carolina Panthers. And finally, a good one scheduled for Sunday Night Football between the New York Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Saints going to take over on offense to begin this 3rd quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 29. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 42 yards.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number one, it's easy for him to get lost. And number two, really tough for the linebacker to run with him. And this ball's right on the money and leads to a big play.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. Now Carr. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. Here's Carr.
Going right back to Wilson.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. So the completion good for 7 there, and it's second down. Carr to throw again.
Olave holds it in.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
A yard all they need, but it's third down.
Now Carr. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop him.
You and I both know we're into a whole new realm of football because we're not just looking at tendencies anymore. We're looking at analytics, and I've got to think the analytics on 3rd and 1 say run the football.
Now McManus will line up for the field goal. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good. And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting set for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. To throw is Nix. A short one to the tight end, Troutman.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
They'll go play action with Nix.
He'll get this out to his running back, P-Ryan. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to bring up second down.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. He's got Dulcich going across the formation.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 38-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38.
On the handoff, McLaughlin.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
But not many guys who can blow up plays like Chase Young. He did it again there.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Now it's Nix.
And he's taken down here by the Saints.
Brian Brzee fought in and got him down.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Pass taken in by P-Ryan.
And he's stopped at the 44. It's also a gain of 4. And now it's 4th down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Throwing now is Carr.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Broncos offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Short throw caught by Dulcich.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Up the middle, here's Pirine. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th.
Nix to the air. Throw left side complete to Troutman.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And room there to work it inside the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Nix.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Trying for it with Pirine.
And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And they'll lose yardage here, knocked back to the 19-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On third down, it's Pirine. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. That's just 32 yards officially from the right hash. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
To throw his Carr.
Olave over the middle.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line. Now a play fake. Carr.
He completes it to Olave.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
To throw, it's Carr. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Perry. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Jet sweep. Carr bats it forward. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Ced Wilson.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Saints have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes the right read seemingly every time. Throwing Nix.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Hand off here for Pirine.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Working out of the gun is Nix. And that one too wide and incomplete.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
They'll hand it to Pirine.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
They'll run again.
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough.
But now he appears to be in some pain. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line.
So time for Carr and the Saints.
Down 23-17. A little under a minute 50 remaining. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down.
Carr.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Throwing his Carr. Connecting with Johnson. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Carr to throw.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. He's got his target. It's Olave.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
That's caught by Johnson.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Again, it's Johnson.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Completes it to Perry.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 22-yard line. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10. Now Carr.
Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Now 1st and goal. Here's Carr.
And this is caught. Touchdown. And now they're an extra point away from winning this thing in the final seconds.
Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right, just one more element to complete the victory. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. McManus now for the extra point. And they have got the lead. That time a 9-play drive.
And it ends with a late touchdown and the ever-critical PAT, as it is now a 1-point game here in the dying embers of what has been a sensational game.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. This is 1st and 10.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught at the 20. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory.
That was a long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score and overcome this small deficit. No touchdown, though, Charles, and that brings this one to a close.
Yeah, I think Hope was wearing one jersey and Worry was wearing another on the other sideline as that final snap played out. Now, we've seen some incredible plays to win games before, but in this case, I think the distance was just a little bit too great for it to happen here.
So for New Orleans, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Denver, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3 and 4 through 7 games. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.